Today's video is sponsored by the Kit Collective. Get your favourite vintage football shirts 100% authentic in the link in the description down below. Welcome back to the We Are City channel for our FL25 Manchester City Master League. Sangare has left the club on a free transfer after refusing a contract. He's gone to France, but he's not developed quite well. And Manchester City have now agreed a deal with Morgan Rogers and Aston Villa. James Trafford is going one way. He wanted to leave the club. Rogers comes in for 44 million plus Trafford. So first of all, line up here for Simeone Inzaghi's side. Manchester City take on AS Monaco in the UEFA Super Cup. It is the Champions League winners versus the Europa League winners. And City go like this. Gianluigi Donnarumma starts on goals. Van der Sar, Vita Hayes, Kevin Lamonaco, Baleba and Joško Vardiol, a sort of hybrid back five. It's Nico O'Reilly and Morgan Gibbs-White in a midfield two. And in front, it's Ryan Cherki with Erling Haaland, the captain, and Omar Mamouche. On the bench, we do have some big-name players and some new signs as well in Jason Steele, the new backup goalkeeper, and Morgan Rogers, return to the Etihad, return to Manchester City for this young English forward who's going to be playing a crucial role in this City side. As for Monaco, they start with Balogun up top. It's Diatta and Akuch in the wide areas. Midfield, we've got Paul Pogba for Man United man and Lamine Camara, and Denis Zakaria, the captain, in the holding role. Kerr at right back, Enrique at left back, and then it is Salisu and Eric Dyer partnering in defence. Kern, the goalkeeper, is on the bench. He is dropped out. No Mazzato either, no Nabil Fekir, no Ansu Fati, and no George Ikene either. With the UEFA Super Cup action, it is the first time we've got to this competition in this series. Of course, last time we were knocked out in the semi-final to Arsenal. Last year, knocking out Liverpool on penalties and getting to that Champions League final where we went and beat Celtic in it. And now we are in the UEFA Super Cup final, taking on a decent AS Monaco side, Europa League winners, and probably deservedly so. They come up against some good English sides as well in that competition, and they still got to the final. They still went on and won it. We're showcasing our new home kit, of course, that we have showcased in pre-season, and the goalkeeper kit as well. The Champions League trophy on our side, the Europa League trophy on their side. But today we're playing for something different, and that is the whole champion of Europe, the UEFA Super Cup. And towards Gibbs-White. That White to Van der Sar. Crossers coming across the box. It's Omar Mamouche. And what a start by Manchester City in the UEFA Super Cup final. From pre-season, we could sort of tell that Mamouche is going to be important this year. He is going to share that role of this sort of, I don't know, the striker that links play up more. Erling Haaland's the big man. Mamouche is going to share that role with Morgan Rogers there. We don't know what Rodrigo's future holds at City. We might want another striker. Great player. Gives White back wide to Van der Sar. He just manages to keep it in. And Mamouche cracks it into the goalkeeper, into the back of the net. 1-0 City lead in the opening 4 minutes. What a start to the Super Cup final for this Manchester City side. Well, Van der Sar, a former Monaco player. He's in at right wing back today. Cross comes in by Monaco. Baleba's not there. Shot comes off by Balogun. Or Diatta, it is off that right-hand side. Should score. Sort of a Bastione in that back line. Cherki with a little back heel. Gives White. Back to Cherki. Give it away. White fights to win it back though. In on Enrique. Pogba. Space for the opposition. Chance blocked away by Cassano. Back to Paul Pogba here. What a save by the goalkeeper Donnarumma. And cleared away by City. But we have to see this save again because you saw the space open up for Pogba on the deflection. Straight to the Frenchman. And a big save by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Oh, Monaco with a great challenge. And aggressive enough to get it into Haaland. Mamouche, Haaland, back to Mamouche. Trouble for Monaco here. Mamouche, Haaland. Erling Haaland off the post. As City look to double the lead here in the Super Cup final. Terrible clearance by the goalkeeper. Alakuch has got a chance here. Alakuch hits one here, wide the post. City 3 at the back, should have 5. Vardiol making his way back here. Only behind the City defence, Monaco is there. Akuch with the header and over the bar. Well, we are conceding chances here. Monaco are creating chances. Makes the foul. Referee plays advantage. Cross does come in. Vita Hayes away. Edge of the box here. Chance of the volley. Another save by Donnarumma. And away and long by Monaco. Half-time City lead by 1-0. That early Mamouche goal is the difference. Monaco have been the better side probably since then. Best on-the-ball defenders in the world. Kevin Monaco. You just don't know it yet. Haaland. Gibbs White. Van der Sar. Cherki! Oh! What a brilliant goal that would have been if Ryan Cherki could finish it off. Really well worked between the team. Monaco into Gibbs White, back to Cherki. Haaland Back to Gibbs White. Little flick through to Vanderson. First time to Ryan Shaqiri. It's it right down at the goalkeeper. Trying to place that left-hand side, that corner. Could Phil Foden play a deeper role for us this season? It's something we've not considered a chance here for Monaco, and they do score. Deservedly so. They play through us so easily there. Fekir on for Kamara, but that was just so easy. And Mohamed Salisu, of all people, centre-back, finds himself in a forward position and puts it in the back of the net. Haaland. Gibbs White. Maybe it doesn't matter though. Gibbs White into Haaland here. Erling. Haaland! Save with the keeper. Rodgers on the rebound. Cleared away. Haaland still down. Oh, back across his own box to Morgan Rodgers. Blocked away. Vardy and cleared away again by Monaco. Both sides playing themselves into real dangerous areas. Time and time again. So much space, the Brazilian Vanderson. Rangers with a strike here off the post and away. Oh. Well, Monaco can't win that one. Why'd they go? Mendy. Cross in. Salisu! The one who scored the other goal against Donnarumma. And here it is again. Donnarumma pings it long quickly. Gibbs White onto Foden. Again, City lose out. Pogba forward into the wide area. Mendy. Monaco can't stop it. Salisu. Baleba brilliant defending. Pogba. Gibbs White. Plays Haaland. Will he let him go? Oh, we're so poor. We need to work on our counter-attacking. We really do. Full-time Manchester City 1, Monaco 1. He's got the passing range. Bob. Rodgers. White to Vardy. What a ball. To the far post to Erling Haaland. Oh! Did they get a touch on it to put it down for a corner? I think they did. Corner ball. Bob over it. Reinders. Rodgers. Reinders. Hold it back, Rodgers. Little back heeling towards somebody. It's Tajani Reinders. 2-1 Manchester City. And Tajani Reinders with the goal. Arriving on the end of a pass by Morgan Rodgers. Because he makes the run across the near post. Little back heel. Defender should do so much better. But Reinders gets there first. I mean, what is the defender thinking? Number 6, midfielder Zakaria here. Just doesn't read the danger. Reinders is onto it. He makes those late runs into the box to Johnny Reinders. We know that's one of his biggest qualities. With extra time away, City could be UEFA Super Cup champions come the end of this one. Win by La Monaco. Reinders pings it. Haaland finds him. Haaland's in. Erling Haaland on the right foot. The near post. Good save. Could egg onto Rodgers there. Worked here. Vardy in. Rodgers tried to take it. Oh, he's got away with it. Rodgers! Oh, didn't get the power on it at all. Back to Rodgers. On to Haaland. Great save of the keeper. Back to Rodgers and away again. Unlucky. That would have killed the game there for City. Diatta. La Monaco. Can't foul him. In behind here. Baleba goes and wins it with a fantastic challenge. Down the line to Reinders. Full-time whistle goes. Manchester City. Commiseration to Monaco. Paul Pogba. They thought they could do it, but not against this City side. Not at all. A City side that's developed into something special. A new era here is about to be born. New players, new youngsters, new challenges. And there is a City side lifting the UEFA Super Cup. Erling Haaland captains the club to his first major trophy. And it's lifted there by Kevin La Monaco. New signing, making a big impact on his debut. We're looking to move through this season quicker than the previous ones. We're not looking for a big, long 20-episode series. So we kick off the Premier League in match day 1 at the Etihad with a 4-2 win simulation over Wolves. Chelsea win by 3-1. Arsenal League win by 1-0. Liverpool win against Manchester United on the opening day 1-0 as well. They're the sort of sides that we're looking at as title contenders alongside ourselves. And big news for this City side as Federico Valverde joins the club in a £12 million transfer. That is because Rodri moves in the other direction. And there is a new man joined up with the City side, Manchester City's new midfielder, a man who is a midfield powerhouse and someone who's going to play more on that right-hand side for Inzaghi's side. Hugo Viana's been working out of the transfer market and he's brought in some experienced player this transfer market and he continues to bring in a more experienced player. And this time, it is Real Madrid's Federico Valverde, a powerful midfielder who can play centrally, can play on the wide right-hand side. An amazing opportunity to sign him in the transfer market and City just had to take it. And there you have it, Rodri gets his move to Real Madrid. The Ballon d'Or winner makes the move back to Spain with Real Madrid, where he will see out the rest of his career. Wasn't in Inzaghi's plans. His plans weren't to stick around after Pep Guardiola left the club. And after all he's done for the club, all you can say is congratulations, and we hope you have a successful career away from Manchester City. Another massive signing for Manchester City, a player that was considered one of the highly rated young strikers in the world. Things didn't work out as he moved to Saudi, then back to Turkey, and now he is a Manchester City player, a player that Inzaghi sees as someone he can develop into a top striker alongside Erling Haaland. Our strike force complete, our forward line bolstered. This City side look powerful, look strong, look dangerous in all areas of the football field. So first Premier League game of the season to enjoy. This is the side that Inzaghi is going to go with. In goal start Donnarumma, it's Valverde, Kusanov, Diaz, Lamonaco and Aït-Nouri at the back five. Foden and Ryan in the midfield too, with Claudio Echeverri actually in front ahead of Bob, ahead of Ryan Cherki. Is then Captain Haaland alongside Marmoush up top. Debuts for Federico Valverde, and that is really good to see. On the bench, some of the other new players as well, Rodgers and Duran there. As the Chelsea go with Staviao and Gittins in the wide areas with Pedro through the middle. It is in goal Sanchez. They've got Palmer, Fernandes and Moises Caicedo midfield three. James the captain, Colwill, Wesley Fofana and Joel Hatto the back four. The likes of Nathan Ake on the bench. I mean, that Chelsea squad is so good. All over the field and on the bench, they've got incredibly good options. We are not far off that either, looking at our bench and looking at our starting 11. Let's start the season away from home with a win. The Bridge first away game of the season for Manchester City, and a new era at the club under a new manager in Inzaghi. New style, new play, and new players as well. And one of those is in the starting 11 today. From a Real Madrid man, or two of those. One of them makes the debut, really. It is the only debut. Lamonaco played the opening game away at Wolves, but it is Federico Valverde in that Manchester City side and playing as a right wing back. This is very much a different era at City, a different style of play, and hopefully just as successful. Echeverri, Erling Haaland, back onto Echeverri. Claudio Echeverri blocked away. There's a free kick for a foul on Erling Haaland. Moises Caicedo with a late kick on. City's captain. Free kick Manchester City. João Pedro. Cole Palmer. Kusanov wins it. Referee. Diaz is there. City get it back. Phil Foden. Ryan Cherki. Not in there today. Echeverri is, and he plays the ball in behind to Marmoush, who's drifted into this wide right-hand channel. Oh, Marmoush. And here's Marmoush. And Marmoush for Manchester City off the post. Rangers back on. Aït-Nouri. Into the hands of Sanchez. Should score. It's less possession-based stuff from Manchester City. More offensive-based stuff. And look at Foden go here. The trouble for Chelsea, Phil Foden. Foden lifts it over Sanchez. Why the post? I thought he'd surely scored there. And City lose out. And Valverde's lost out to Gittins here. And Kusanov comes out to him. He's misjudged that as well, Kusanov. Gittins, cross comes in. Palmer with a header, saved by Donnarumma. Back to Palmer, another big save by Donnarumma. And away by City just. Marmoush. Haaland again, and City have got to work on their ability to counter-attack, because once again, an amazing opportunity wasted. Wasted massively. Palmer. Oh, knew exactly where it was going there. Lamonaco couldn't stop it. City's back line is in trouble. João Pedro off the post. Oh, and Diaz can't block it. 1-0 Chelsea. Well, we hit the post and don't score the rebound, but Chelsea do. I mean, Lamonaco's not the quickest. Diaz gets spun here. Kusanov can't do much about it. Ah, Diaz. He should do better at blocking that, surely. I feel like he should anyway. João Pedro. Quenda. Good feet. He's in trouble again here. Lamonaco and Donnarumma's there and Valverde away. Cole Palmer's off. 72 minutes of the clock here. The minutes are ticking down. Rodgers, who can drive with the ball better than any other player in the Premier League. And off he goes, Rodgers. This is fantastic, Rodgers. Into Erling Haaland. Oh, saved by the keeper. Rodgers has caused all sorts of problems since he come on here. Rodgers wide towards Fede Valverde. Valverde into the box here. John Duran slams it in. Debut goal off the bench for John Duran. And I think he could be a special signing for Manchester City. I don't know what this celebration is. He's gone crazy. Wide by Rodgers had a really good impact. Wide to Valverde. Fired across the box. And there he's Duran. Look at that for a finish as well. Gets in there. And he rifles it from 2 yards away into the back of the net. What a hit. What a goal. John Duran with a goal for Manchester City. 1-1. We're level at Stamford Bridge here. Phone still. Valverde. Cross in. Duran is waiting. What a ball in by Valverde. What an incredible cross that was. Reinders back out to Vardy. City pushing here. Reinders. John Duran hits one. Saved by Sanchez. Big save. Reece James. Rodgers in on him. Away by Reece James. Only as far as Monaco. Reinders. Rodgers. Reinders. Erling Haaland! And City at the death. Go and get all 3 points away at Stamford Bridge. Erling Haaland with a finish. Captain of the club this season. And deservedly so. And what a finish from Erling Haaland. Before that, Valverde puts an absolute ripper of a cross in. He really does. I mean, we've got some really powerful players in the City side now. Monaco down towards Reinders. Rodgers. Reinders. Into Haaland. Bang. Across the goalkeeper Sanchez. Back of the net. Strike force changes. Strike force works. And the full-time whistle goes. City 2, Chelsea 1. What a result that is. An Erling Haaland 93rd minute goal gets us all 3 points against a possible title rival in Chelsea. Well, big transfer news now for Manchester City. Nico Gonzalez moves away from the club. He joins Bayer Leverkusen in a transfer deal of around 30 million. Manchester City also let Jeremy Doku leave the club. He moves to Juventus in Serie A. I think that league he would absolutely tear apart in a £60 million move. That's big money spent by the Italian side on Jeremy Doku. But the biggest move, the departure away from Manchester City, is a player that's been at the club only 1 season. But a big offer come in, the City couldn't refuse. He wasn't part of Simeone Inzaghi's plans. He said let him go if you can make him go. Al Nassr complete a £90 million deal with Manchester City for Rodrigo. Rodrigo has gone to the Saudi League. Didn't quite work out at City despite having some decent performances last season. Some good performances at times, but not good enough deemed for Inzaghi. And he goes away from the club in a big money move. So we cut our losses really. And this is looking at the sort of the squad numbers around that City side now. McFarlane maybe went number 46. We're going to move some of these younger players to maybe some lesser numbers as well to try and work things out. They're going to be part of the squad because it's going to be a big squad this season and Zaghi prefers it that way. So this is what's going to be our official squad for the season. Starting off with the strikers, we've got Erling Haaland, 94 rated, and he's going to be the club captain this year. Then it's on to John Duran, new signing. He is going to be our backup to Erling Haaland, 87 rated, 23. The powerful Colombian, I think, is going to have a fantastic debut season at Manchester City if we get things right, if we play our cards right. And doesn't the new home kit look really nice, by the way? We haven't even mentioned the new kits. They've all got new kits once again. And there's John Duran modelling it. We've got a new home, away and third kit. You've seen the home, away and third kit, I think, all displayed now, haven't you? But there's John Duran. He is going to be a key player for Manchester City this season. I have no doubts about that. And it's going to be interesting to see what level he does have. Does he form a bit of a partnership with Haaland at times? Because he really is that good. We've got 86 rated Omar Lamouche, also a strike for the season. He's going to play a crucial role this year. We've seen the goal he was scoring in pre-season. He set off the season pretty well as well. It's going to be him and Haaland. And then he's going to be backed up by former City youth player, back at the club now in Morgan Rodgers. What can he achieve this season? And he's returned to the club. £44 million plus James Trafford. He'll go and have, I'm sure, a fantastic career at Aston Villa in the Premier League. Morgan Rodgers back under this City side and back in this team in the intention that he makes a massive impact on this Manchester City side season. I think with his powerful ability to drive with the ball, he's certainly going to do that. We've got Marc Caritho, who will be a backup to all those players. Young Argentinian, only 20 years of age, brought in from Villa Sarsfield. He's not really had that much action so far, but he has had a really good loan at Freiburg last season in the Bundesliga. He's 79 rated and he's going to play a part. And as is David Mabama. If we need him, he'll be there. The intention was to loan out David Mabama. It's looking like a loan move away from the club. It's just not going to happen. If that's the case, that is fine. He'll be in the squad and he'll be used by Inzaghi. And the same goes for Regan Heskey. He is a wide player. We'll find some sort of wide position for him to play in, some wide area for him to play a role if we can do in games, because sometimes you might switch things up. Probably in the cup fixtures, FA Cup, we'll see Regan Heskey perform. but at the moment he's just not quite the level that Simeone Inzaghi is looking from. In the attacking midfield roles, we've got Ryan Shaqiri, of course, who is going to be absolutely key in that role. A fantastic player, so skillful, and probably one of the best creators in this Manchester City side. Without him, I think we wouldn't be the same level team. Oscar Bob's going to play in that creative role as well. We've switched things around a little bit in the midfield, which you'll see now. Oscar Bob playing the backup to Ryan Shaqiri in that creative role, and that will do him well. I think he does work. He's not the paciest, is he, Oscar Bob? So I think working more in a central area could really impress. Claudio Echeverri there as well. He can play as a striker also if needed. Echeverri, I don't think he could play as much football as probably he's wanting to play, which might be an issue for him. So we'll have to see. And he is going to be a key player for us this year when he does get action, when he does get games. I am sure about that. I don't think he's going to be poor. I don't think he's going to play so many games, but I do think he's going to play a key part of the side. Onto our right wing backs, we've got Valverde, Fede Valverde, who can play for the centre as well. And that is a powerful footballer in Fede Valverde, a multiple-time Champions League and La Liga winner, a man with real experience, 28 years of age. He's been brought in to sort of lock down that right-hand side of Simeone Inzaghi's team and to be the key man throughout the season. And he'll be backed up by right-back Vanderson, who seems to be a player that at the start of the season, he never finds himself in the starting 11 since he joined from AS Monaco. But by the end of it, he always finds himself playing a key role. I think he's been really good for that. Very experienced player as well. The left-hand side, we've got Ryan Yuri, a very attacking wing-back. 85 rated, actually higher rated than Joško Vardiol, but I think he will be the backup to Vardiol. The Algerian hasn't been so impressive so far in this series, unfortunately. A lot of times we've been disappointed with his performance level. Maybe that can change this season, maybe become a key part. Playing as a wing-back, I think that probably suits his game a little more. But if he doesn't play, this man will play instead Joško Vardiol. I expect him to play as a centre-back, but we decided no. What we'll do is we'll go for something a little bit more different, a little bit more expansive, and play him as a wing-back. It is sort of maybe, when I say expansive, more defensive at times, but I think he can play a key role, and of course when needed to, he will follow at centre-back. As the central midfielders, we've got Tijjani Reinders, 88 rated. He's known as the Prophet for whatever reason. The game has these sort of very strange nickname feature. Also midfield, we're going to go with Phil Foden. Phil Foden's going to play a deeper role. I generally do believe Phil Foden can really excel in a deeper role. He's got a real good passing range. He can pass the ball from deep, and I think that will be a part of his game, a danger from deep as well. Morgan Gibbs-White, who ended the season last year really well, scored the goal in the Champions League final, didn't he? And he's really impressed under Pep Guardiola. He's a player that Simeone Inzaghi's looked at and said, yes, he will be a really good number 8 for me. And Morgan Gibbs-White is going to play, I think, a lot of football in this Manchester City side, in a deeper role like Reinders and Phil Foden, more attacking players. But with that back 5, these players have all the opportunity to play in a deeper role and still play, still suit them really in those positions. Nico O'Reilly moved from left back into central midfield, a big physical force. Nico O'Reilly, 6'4", the midfielder. He's a really good player. I think he's one that's really developed at Manchester City from the youth system, one that we probably should have used more last season. And whenever he plays, let's be honest, he plays really well. Diamu Kassa is there as well. He's probably not going to play as much football, which is a shame for him. But he's just finding a space for all these players in the City side. We have it, you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, it says 19 out of 31. We have got 31 squad players this season. 31 is a lot. Right back who can play as a right wing back is Lacale Samuel. We haven't been able to manage to get him out on loan, so he will be in around the squad. Whether he makes a single appearance in the squad this season, I'm not quite sure, but he will be in and around the team, and he will get his chance to press, surely, if there is needed to be that situation. We'll have to see. But yeah, he's a young player for the future. I don't think he's going to make it at Manchester City. He's been out on loan, his developments haven't quite worked. Christian McFarlane on the left-hand side, he's really impressed me with his crossing. Every time he plays for us, actually, he plays quite well. I think he'll make more appearances than maybe quite a lot of the young players on the left-hand side. We've got Vardil and Nuri there, but McFarlane's ability to sort of use his pace to get forward, he's got a really good cross on him. He's a young fullback who's got something about his game. I'd keep an eye on Christian McFarlane. He's certainly someone that I've been impressed with whenever he's played, and it's hard to get these younger players in the side considering how big the squad is. On to centre-backs, the most experienced centre-back, a man who thought he'd be captain but we give it to Erling Haaland. It's Ruben Diaz. He's been up and down, he's had shaky moments, he's had bad moments, but at the end of it, he's a solid defender. On the ball is where his issues lie. If you ask him to do too much in the build-up, he'll probably go and let you down. So we have to be careful with that, but he's really solid. A more solid player really is this man Kusanov. I think he's a lot better on the ball than Ruben Diaz, but he's so quick, so strong, so physical, and he's a defender that I think is an absolute all-rounder. He is the sort of man who stops the counter-attacks single-handedly with his pace. We've seen Kyle Walker do it in the past for Manchester City, and Abu Kadir Kusanov might be the man to do it again. Carlos Baleba is going to be our left side centre-back, known more as a box-to-box midfielder. I'm sure he'll play in midfield at some point this season. We are going to use him at left-hand side, an expansive centre-back, and he's going to play the Bastione role. We saw what Bastione did for Inter in the defence. Inzaghi wants a really high technical gifted defender. Baleba is that. And speaking of highly technical gifted defenders, new signing Kevin LaMonaco, 15 million signing from Argentina. Got a bit of Nicolas Otamendi about him, got a bit of Bastione about him, got a bit of a sort of a John Stones about him, a real impressive defender in terms of picking up the ball. He's a big man, but he can drive into the midfield with his footwork, with his quality. He's going to play a big part in this Manchester City team, doing that exact role for this City side. And I think we could see him, Baleba and Kusanov as the starting defenders this year. But someone who might have a bit of a say in that is Vita Heiss. Spent 2 seasons out on loan at West Ham United. You can see there in Inspire, it says like what their best parts of their game are. And he's got 2-star for both low pass and lofted pass. He is the ultimate ball playing defender. He's someone that Hugo Viana scouted for that role, and he's certainly someone who I think could be the perfect player in that role when we're looking to be a bit more expansive from the back. And if we're looking to be a little more solid, someone who's big, strong, can head the ball away from aerial situations, then Djimaba is the man for that role. He can play in that sort of central centre-back role, and he can defend his box like no other can Djimaba because of his height, because of his physicality. And he will be, again, I mean, he played a lot of big games last season of Pep Guardiola. He came in when Diaz's form wasn't quite there, when Vardiol wasn't quite firing as he should be defensively. And he came in and he impressed every single time. So there is pressure on him to impress once again. And if none of them do, we have got another young defender in and around the side, another great ball-playing defender in Jamai Simpson-Pouze. As for the goalkeepers in that fantastic, beautiful purple goalkeeper kit, gold and black and purple, it is Donnarumma, who is Manchester City's number 1, followed up by Jason Steele, who will be the number 2 for this season, and he is going to play the FA Cup games. Obviously, Donnarumma 90 rate is going to play literally every single game of football, but when he doesn't, Jason Steele will come in. And then finally, the Marcus Bettinelli replacement, the man if Steele and Donnarumma don't play, the man who will be called upon, hopefully never, but might be if we ever need him, and that is Mark Gillespie, 70 rated, new signing from Newcastle United as our new Scott Carson or Bettinelli role, or Richard Wright or Stuart Taylor. How many years can you go back, that third choice goalkeeper role? Well, that is the end of today's episode. We've got the squad confirmed, we've made all the transfers in and out that we wish to make in this Manchester City side. The kits are ready, we've already kicked the season off, and we are ready for a big year, an inspiring year under a new manager and Simone Inzaghi. Let us know in the comments down below, do you think Manchester City will win the Champions League in this season? Do you think we'll win the Premier League, especially with the squad we've built? And we'll see you guys next time.